we went to your website, and it's really straightforward. And the quotes you have even say things like, it's like addictive because it's like a pure burger. It's
So
nothing.
simple.
Yeah, it's just back to that simplicity.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah, so the burger is kind of based on my childhood. I grew up in Ocean City, Maryland every summer, and this particular burger I used to eat with my grandparents growing up on the boardwalk. And so the burger we make now is kind of a riff on that.
what makes it so plain and simple? I mean,
Well, it's the technique that goes into it. It's like the like dry, super hot griddle to start, and then all we add is salt, and then we squirt it with a little onion pickle water just for like a briny, some like salty flavor right before we flip it, and then we steam the cheese in the bun on top, and then the bun picks up all the flavor from the griddle while it's finishing cooking, and then the yellow mustard special sauce just like cuts through all the like fattiness of the burger and like slightly sweet flavor of the potato roll. So it's just kind of brings it all together. But it's it's definitely like a very thought out, intentional
The onion pickle
process.
water was actually something he had a
I was gonna-
dream about.
I was going to ask, that's not an
Yeah,
Ocean
yeah.
City
So it
boardwalk
was-
thing,
No,
is it?
Yeah.
no, that's
No,
unique to
something-
us.
He had a dream about it and just woke me up the next morning like, what do you think would happen if you squirted onion juice on a burger? I was like,
While it was cooking on a griddle.
Sounds
don't
like a
know.
really good idea, actually.
Yeah.
let's try it.
Are you doing it this way to just test the concept? Like, are you new?
No, this is probably like, what is it, 3 years old now? And the market-based model has just worked for us. And then we just do pop-ups when we're not doing the markets. It just keeps overhead low. It gives us the freedom to be seasonal and do other things during the winter.
What other markets do you do?
Well, we went down to Miami this winter.
Oh, you're seriously traveling.
Yeah. And, well, we decided to keep working and intentionally, and we went down to Miami because they have opposite off seasons. So
Right.
like off season in Miami is summer. It's just way too hot.
Right.
So yeah, we went down there, did Art Basel, some music festivals, some collaborations with some breweries down there. So yeah.
So you have no plans to actually open a storefront or
Not at this
a truck?
point. We've entertained a few options, but they just didn't quite work out. We wanted to keep the seasonality of our business, which doing a full-time thing, brick and mortar, like the right spots just didn't pan out. So we're now gonna do a concession stand out at Rockaway Beach and double down on the seasonal business. Instead of just
Oh.
doing smorgasbord, we're gonna open up a crab cake stand out there.
No, crab cake, that'll be separate business from this? Or you're going to have the
It'll be-
burgers and...
No, it'll be totally separate, but it still stems from like my childhood food experiences in Maryland, obviously.
With pickle
Like,
juice,
that's
though,
my-
added to the dream.
Nah, maybe not on this one, but it's
But
my
still with mustard. And with
It's like
potato rolls.
special-
There's,
a potato roll.
there's some threads.
you know, it's like almost like, you know, the yin and the yang, like going to eat burgers was something I did with my grandparents, but mostly my grandfather. Crab cakes is my grandmother's recipe.
Oh,
So
okay.
It all kind of is coming full circle, but it's all based on like childhood food experiences I had in like Maryland growing up. The food I like to make is very nostalgic for me. It conjures like a lot of memories of like good times growing up and stuff like that, and like I don't want to be cornered into making one thing. Like I want to keep exploring cooking and food, whether it's through my past, my childhood, or just whatever way. I just don't want to get locked into one thing because I don't think that I'm necessarily like gonna be a burger person forever. And it's just other food that I enjoy eating and sharing with people. It's like when I made crab cakes for the first time as like a guest chef at a pop-up in San Francisco. A couple that was in there like eating the crab cakes loved them so much they asked me to make them for their wedding like 2 weeks later.
Wow.
So it's like it's like food that's not fussy, tastes really delicious, has a lot of like meaning for me, and things that I feel like proud to share. We struggle with like what is the best direction, what's the best path forward in terms of growing, which business do we want to grow? Are we more interested in like pursuing the summer concession stand versus the market-based model? Yeah, it's something we talk about every day. And
I think an advantage there for us is that our values are very much in line. Like, we do highly value the seasonality, we highly value the flexibility, and we highly value like very simple business models. So if we move forward, it'll all be very intentionally that like finding that work-life balance, making sure we have opportunities to travel.
And did you say you're working another job? Are you both working full-time jobs, or this is your
No,
business
this is
now?
our
No, this
full-time
is our
business,
second season doing this both full
Okay.
time,
yeah.
Okay.
which
So-
was what allowed us the flexibility to move operations to Miami for
Right.
6 months. You
I was
know,
gonna
and
say,
to
that's
do
nice that
that
you
kind of
could-
stuff is
It's
because
like the whole like setup basically just fit in my station wagon.
So that's
Take
it.
anywhere.
yeah.
So you could just on a whim just go, we're going to Denver, and let's just
Yeah, we could
Just
go
do that.
like wherever. Like hopefully we might be able to go to Japan in October.
not in the station wagon though.
Not in the station wagon.
An
People
hour.
are coming from Europe, Japan, other parts of Asia.
A lot of times we're like their first American burger,
Oh,
which
that must
is
be interesting.
really a cool experience. Like, we're coming to you.
Because
We've
that
never
could go
had
with-
an American burger.
And that's why they come here. That's like American food for a lot
Yeah.
of people.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So now, what makes a burger great, and what makes one not great? Like leaving your own off the table. Like, why did you invent this restaurant when you are hungry and you can't cook on your own griddle? Where do you go, or where
yeah.
will you
Yeah.
never go?
I mean, I think a great burger is simple, and I think a lot of burgers nowadays, and well, you know, restaurants in general, like social media has influenced the way people present their food, so they feel like. I mean, our burger is super fucking ugly.
I didn't want to say it, but it's not really plated the way
Yeah,
people
yeah, it's
plate
like-
a lot
it's
of
terrible.
stuff now.
It's like it looks terrible as a photo. It takes a
Grease
it
on
take-
the top.
Yeah,
And just
Flat,
cheese dripping.
mostly one color.
yeah.
And cheese off of one
Um,
side.
So yeah, I mean, like I almost think like what makes a good burger makes a terrible photo. So
That's a great quote.
so it's like the better your burger looks on Instagram, the worse it's probably gonna be. Because it's just staged. It's
Because
just
it's just-
ingredients stacked up and layered for like color and various like texture like things in between the burger. Like we do no vegetables. It's just meat, cheese, bun, sauce. Like that's it. And there's like it takes a terrible photo, but it tastes really fucking delicious. Keep it as simple as possible. Don't spend any more money than you need to. And yeah, stay focused and don't be afraid to like promote yourself and tell your story.
Have you? Can you say how much you spent to get started? Were you comfortable talking about that?
At the very beginning?
Yeah, just to launch
Like
a
at
couple
the
years.
very, very beginning?
Like when you,
Pre-Smorgasburg?
from the idea when you just said, you know what, no one's making burgers the way I like it. I'm going to start my own
Oh
business.
yeah. I think I probably spent $200, $300 when I first started the pop-up. Yeah, all I did was just buy meat and
Bought a griddle.
pop up. It was before I even bought my own griddle. Is when I popped up at a friend's restaurant.
So
I
you
didn't
needed
have to
venture
buy
capital
anything.
for that,
Yeah.
and you needed
No,
a
we
huge
went
business
from
plan.
doing. I probably started, that first time I ever did it, spent about $250, $300, and now it's like 6 figures.
Really?
To scale for Smorgasburg, I think it was
We spent like
$3,000. Tops.
$2,500, $3,000 to start Smorgasburg.
So when you're saying 6 figures, you're saying that's what sales are now? That's what you're able to.
That's what we gross. Yeah,
Gross
gross more
revenue.
than that last year. It's more.
Yeah,
wow.
So working 2 days a week.
don't spend
Wow,
any
that's not
more
bad.
money than you need to test it.